Good morning, flamethrowers. It is me, Flame the Dragon Hog here, and welcome to another video for all of you. Today, guys, once again, we got ourselves another tier list. Now, I just noticed in the comment section after I did a video based off of villains we can reform and stuff. I forgot which villains it was. Oh yeah, it was DBZ villains. But anyway, I got a comment from my girlfriend herself, Kat, aka Starkling the Hedge Dragon, and she asked me to put together a tier list based off of MLP villains. You know, My Little Pony villains. And let me just tell you guys, MLP has definitely have enough villains that I think that can either be reformed, they're not so bad, or they're just pure evil. So I got them all together in this tier list right here, and we're gonna go through them. And joining me today is someone who dealt with all these villains before. Ladies and gentlemen, I am here with the one, the only Princess Twilight Sparkle, or Queen Twilight, whichever one you guys want to call her, because she is the Queen of Equestria. Anyway, Twilight, it's been a long time since we last seen each other.
Yes, I know. Hello, everyone. It's good to see you guys again. It's been a long time.
Yeah, I know. So how are things over in Equestria? I know ever since, the whole wormhole thing happened and our world's been separated. Yeah, for those of you guys who don't know, there's been a wormhole incident that happened a few months ago and it separated Equestria from my world, and I'm trying really, really hard to fix it, and it's a work in progress.
Yeah, it is. But don't worry, I have faith in Flame.
Yeah. So anyway, Twilight, I brought you here today because we are going to be doing a tier list based off of different villains you faced off against. And we are going to be determining whether or not they can be reformed, whether or not you think that they're not so bad, or they're just pure evil.
Well, alright then.
Okay, so without further ado, let us begin. Now, if you guys want to see more tier lists, put down your suggestions in the comments down below, and I'll think about making those ideas into tier lists. So, without further ado, let us begin. Now, the first villain we have here is Maniac.
Maniac. Now, I remember facing off against her during the Super Pony days.
Yeah, that was really crazy. So, what do you think?
Well, she didn't really do too much. So, maybe she's, not so bad, maybe?
Well, I'm not gonna lie, she didn't really have much airtime. She only showed up in that one uh she only showed up in that one episode. And not only that, she did kind of make a cameo in her outfits during that one episode of MLP where Rarity was trying to spend more time with Spike. And there was also that cameo in that episode of MLP, Equestria Girls, when they were visiting that movie studio. That was pretty weird. Okay, but anyway, next up we have is the Flim Flam brothers, Flim and Flam.
Oh no, those two are just nothing but troublemakers, especially towards Applejack.
Yeah, I'll never forget. I'll never forget when they tried to buy out Sweet Apple Acres and used machinery to make homemade apple juice. Well, apple cider, my bad, not apple juice. But anyway, it's just pretty bad how these guys always depend on technology to make things easier. It's just, those guys are just, I don't know.
Yeah, well, they don't really mean any harm or anything. It's just that they think about machinery as progress. And I really just think that the old fashioned ways is better.
Yeah, especially if you're doing something as delicate as making apple cider. I mean, you can't just put that mess in a machine like that. And plus, not only that, they used rotten apples, and not only that, they even, I don't know, shredded a whole bunch of trees and stuff and put it in the apple cider. That was just nasty.
Yeah, it's no wonder they stopped making apple cider.
Yeah, thank God. But anyway, yeah, I just think that these guys are not so bad, but they did cause some trouble. They did cause some trouble. Okay, but anyway, next up we have is Tirek, the Magic Eater.
Oh man, I really don't like him. That guy, he caused so much trouble.
Yeah, no, he did cause a lot of trouble. It was just really, really bad. But hey, if you do think about it, if it wasn't for him, you wouldn't have unlocked your true powers, unlocking your rainbow forms, and not only that, thanks to you and all your friends, you defeated Queen Chrysalis, and Cozy Glow all at the same time. It was pretty awesome.
Well, yeah, that's true.
But yeah, what do you think? Pure evil?
Oh, most definitely pure evil. Tirek cannot be redeemed.
Okay, what about the Storm King? What do you think about him?
Well, definitely pure evil. I mean, he turned Princess Celestia, Cadence, and Luna into stone, and he went after me.
Yeah, that's true. He went after you.
Yeah, and during that event, it caused my friendship with Pinkie Pie to break up.
Yeah, that was true. You and Pinky really did have a massive argument like that. Same thing with the the little flame thing that you did when you turned into like a mini daybreaker.
Oh man, don't remind me of that. That was so embarrassing.
Okay, but anyway, next up is Grogar. What do you think about him?
Well, Grogar is really responsible for, bringing all those villains back.
Well, not really. It was Discord who brought them back.
Well, yeah, but he's the one who was kind of the leader. He was kind of the leader for it. He didn't really do much action, so I think he's not so bad. As long as he doesn't have his bell, everything's fine.
Yeah, Grogar's bell, one of the most craziest and most powerful artifacts in all of equestrian history. Yeah, and for those of you guys who don't know what we're talking about, Grogar has this giant bell where when you ring it, it can suck out the magic out. It can suck all your magic out and store it inside. And if you ring it again, it gives whoever rung it the magic. Oh boy, it was just pretty bad. Well, actually, not really. It can ring. You can give the magic to somebody else if you want to. So, yeah, Grogar. He had really a really powerful artifact. Okay, next up is the Pony of Shadows.
Well, the Pony of Shadows, he was a bit of trouble. I mean, he was the one. I mean, we tried really hard to stop him. Heck, we even had Star Swirl and the original Main Six to help us.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. The original main six was definitely something.
Flame, is there something you're not telling me about the original Main Six?
Okay, I'll tell you. I'm dating the three female members.
Wait, even Mistmane? She's old.
Well, I used a spell to make her young again.
Wow, that's definitely something.
Well, yeah, obviously. I mean, but anyway, back to this. Pony of Shadows. So, what do you think?
I think he can definitely be reformed because, don't forget, he was actually a really nice guy. He was just consumed by darkness.
Yeah, that's true. He was, but hey, at least he did reform after Star Swirl and everybody else saved him, including you. Anyway, next up we have is sorry guys, a little bit of stuffy nose. Anyway, next up we have is Starlight Glimmer. Oh gosh, Starlight.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, Starlight, she can definitely be reformed. Because, sure, she did steal all our cutie marks, basically stealing who we are, and not only that, she tried to destroy my friendship. Not only that, she tried to destroy my friendship by traveling back in time to different dimensions to where we never met. And we actually got to see what Equestria would look like if the villains were never defeated.
Yeah, that was pretty hard. I mean, King Sombra creating a war against Celestia and everybody. Nightmare Moon just putting everybody in slavery. Although, I'm not gonna lie, Maiden Rarity is pretty hot.
Flame!
Sorry. And not to mention Queen Chrysalis just, I don't know, all green and stuff. It was just pretty bad. But anyway, moving swiftly on. Next up we have is Wallflower Blush. Wallflower. Well, I'm not gonna lie, she really didn't do as much.
Are you kidding me? From what Sunset Shimmer told me, from what Sunset told me, she tried to destroy her friendship with all her friends by erasing their memories.
Well, yeah, that is true. She did do that. But after that, she did reform, and she has been quiet ever since. So, yeah, I think she can definitely be reformed.
Well, yeah, I guess. She was a little bit jealous because people really didn't pay much attention to her, and she just wanted Sunset to have a bad reputation again.
Yeah, I guess. It was pretty bad. Poor Sunset. Anyway, next up we have is Midnight Sparkle, the evil version of your EG self.
Oh man, I heard about her. She pretty much haunted my EG counterpart.
Yeah, ever since, after when she turned into her for the first time, she's just been lingering inside of her. She's basically kind of like the Ghost Rider if you think about it, fighting for control.
Yeah, she is in a way kind of like the Ghost Rider, because she is always trying to fight for control over my EG counterpart's body.
Yeah, always trying to convince her to open up a portal to Equestria so she can go over there and take over. Oh boy, it was just pretty bad. Really, really bad. But hey, at least she is still EG. She is still EGU, and she did reform herself.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, and she became the seventh member of the Rainbooms.
Yeah, I'm not. By the way, let me ask you. I know everybody has been asking you about this. How did you feel when the EGs replaced you?
Well, it stung a little bit, but it did sting a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, it did sting a little. However, I couldn't stay in the EG universe for long, forever, because I had friends and a life back in Equestria.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty crazy. But I'm not gonna lie, you did actually do good, and you actually belonged there. I mean, you sang songs, played games there, and all sorts of other things.
Well, yeah, that is true. And but the big trouble with it is walking on two legs. That was a little bit trouble for me. You know how it was hard for me to walk on two legs the first time?
Yeah, I know it was. It was hard for me too when I first went to the EG universe. I mean, sure, I'm walking on two legs right now. Sure, I'm walking on two legs right now, but being that tall, yeah, I don't think I can handle it. But anyway, back to the character in hand. Midnight Sparkle. What do you think?
Well, I think she can be redeemed.
Okay, well, I guess she can be redeemed because if you think about it, because like I said before, she is still the EG version of you. She is still the EG version of you. So once everything got settled, everything was all good. She was gone, and now the EG version of you is learning more magic.
Yeah, also, by the way, I got in contact with my EG counterpart. She loves the magic spell book you gave her.
Oh yeah, I did give her a copy of your spell book, so that way she can learn many different spells.
Yeah, not just a levitation spell that she knows.
Yeah, that spell was definitely pretty crazy. By the way, I still couldn't believe how amazing the EG counterparts' magic is. I mean, the EG version of you can make things levitate. EG Fluttershy can communicate with animals more. Uh, sorry. E.g. Rainbow Dash, she can zoom fast now. E.g. Rarity, she can not only make things hover, but she can create diamond shields. E.g. Pinkie Pie, she can make explosive glitter. E.g. Applejack, she is really, really strong. And finally, Sunset, she can look into people's memories. That was pretty crazy. If you think about it, that was pretty crazy. She could look into people's memories. But anyway, moving swiftly on to the next villain, we have Discord.
Well, for Fluttershy's sake, I definitely think he can be reformed.
I guess so, because don't get me wrong, Discord, he has caused a whole bunch of trouble and stuff. Sure, he was a villain, he did try to take over Equestria many times, but he did actually reform. He did reform for Fluttershy's sake. Because, hey, everybody knows that even villains deserve a second chance if they want to. If they don't want to, then they're gonna get the boot. Oh God! Speaking of somebody who gets the boot, King Sombra.
Oh, hell no. So, sorry, excuse my language.
It's fine. It's a free channel. You can do whatever you want as long as it's okay. Because we don't want to get demonetized here.
Alright, but anyway, no way. There's no way that this guy can be reformed. And he was just pure evil. I mean, think about it. He tried to hypnotize everybody in the Crystal King. He tried to hypnotize everybody in the Crystal Empire to make him follow him. He not only hurt Cadence and my brother, but he also got a hold of my niece.
Oh man, that was pretty crazy.
Yeah, and to top it all off, he tried to destroy the Crystal Heart, which kind of made Spike a hero.
Yeah, Spike, he did end up a hero. That was pretty crazy. But yeah, King Sombra is definitely going in the pure evil category. Okay, what about Daybreaker, the evil version of Princess Celestia?
Well, from what Starlight told me, she only showed up in the dream world. She didn't actually come out like Nightmare Moon did.
Yeah, but she was still pretty bad. But, so what do you think?
Well, I guess maybe she wasn't that bad. I mean, Nightmare Moon, she was a different story.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, what about Sunset Shimmer? Obviously, we put her in the reform area.
Yeah, she did reform herself after learning that friendship is more powerful than loneliness.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, anyway, next up we have is Gilda the Griffin, one of Rainbow Dash's rivals.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, she definitely was something.
Yeah, she was something after all. She didn't really care about anything, and plus, not only that, she didn't really cause too much trouble, so I'm gonna put her in the not so bad category, because she didn't really cause too much trouble.
Yeah, that's true. She didn't really cause too much trouble.
Okay, next up are the Dazzlings.
Oh, well, from what the EGs told me, the Dazzlings, they actually quieted down the last time I saw them.
Yeah, they did. In fact, they actually started singing again.
Really? But how can they do that without their necklaces?
Well, they used voice changers and recording things and recording apps and all the other stuff. But overall, I do think that the Dazzlings can be reformed because all they wanted was magic so they can go back home. It was pretty crazy how they used it to mind control everybody. But anyway, yeah, the Dazzlings, I think they can be reformed. I mean, don't get me wrong. They do remind me so much of the Huntrix. They remind me so much of the Huntrix, a lot. I mean, think about it. We got Sonata and Zoe. They're the fun-loving people. Then we got Mira and Arya. I mean, they definitely just didn't give a crap about some things, but hey, they still care about their groups. And of course, Adagio and Rumi. Those two are definitely something. Alright, moving swiftly on. Next up we have is Trixie.
My rival. Well, when we first met, she claims that she was better with magic than me.
Yeah, that is true. Trixie, she definitely did try to give you a run for your money.
Yeah. Well, let me think. Well, Trixie, she can still be a rival, but she didn't really cause too much trouble.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? She literally did cause trouble when she got her hooves on that alicorn medallion.
Yeah, I remember that, where it gives an ordinary unicorn the same level of power as an alicorn.
Yeah, that is true. That's just really, really bad. Let's hope that she never gets a hold of that thing ever again.
Trust me, it's in a safe place.
Yeah, good. Anyway, back to Trixie. What do you think?
Well, I think Trixie definitely deserves to be in the reform pile because she didn't really cause too much trouble. She only just bullied me a little bit, and not only that, she did cause a little bit of trouble for all of our friends and everything.
Yeah, but you did trick her into giving up her medallion with fake magic spells. It was pretty funny how seeing how it was really funny how what you did to Applejack and Rarity, switching them back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Okay, anyway, next up is Vinaigrette. Oh boy, I can never forget about her.
Who's this?
Another EG villain. I wouldn't exactly call her a villain. She was just someone who was being selfish. You see, she recruited the Rainbooms to promote her amusement park. She asked the asked the Rainbooms to promote her amusement park, and so that way so they can support her little image. But unfortunately, they weren't cooperating. And thanks to a little bit of a magic upgrade onto her phone, she trapped the EGs inside this white void. She trapped the EGs in this white void and made holographic versions of them so they can be her own image.
Yikes. I never thought I'd say this, but I'm glad I wasn't there.
Uh-huh, but they did suffer in there. Ugh, it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. But thanks to Applejack and Rarity, they pulled together and freed everybody.
Well, yeah. I heard about that. So I guess maybe she can go in the not so bad category.
Okay, next up we have is Tempest. Tempest. Well, she did work for the Storm King. Not gonna lie. She did work for the Storm King, and she was kind of hunting you down. It was pretty bad.
Well, yeah, obviously. And she was the one who turned the other princesses to stone.
Yeah, that is true. But she did end up good.
Yeah, she did end up good. So I guess maybe we can put her in the reformed pile.
Alright then. Alright, so next up we have is Little Miss Rarity, the creepypasta version of Rarity. Oh boy, who can forget about this?
I don't really know the story behind her.
There are lots of stories behind her where she was a version of Rarity who went bad and started killing everybody for materials for her clothing line, and she even used the remains of Pinkie Pie to make a little doll of her named Pinkamena.
Wait, Pinkamena. That's the Pinkie Pie's full name.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, Little Miss Rarity, what do you think?
I think she was pure evil.
Yep, creepypastas, they can be pretty evil. And speaking of rarities, there's this version of Rarity I'm pretty sure everybody knows. It's this Rarity where she got a hold of this magic spell book and her magic started going haywire and everything. It was pretty crazy. And she started using green, and she started having like this green aura and everything. So, and I guess in a way, Rarity, she was a villain.
Yeah, well, that was pretty hard. But thanks to Spike, she managed to get saved.
It just seems like almost every time Rarity's in trouble, Spike is always there. Like, remember the time when she got kidnapped by the Diamond Dogs?
Yeah, Spike, he really liked Rarity.
At this point, who doesn't like her? Anyway, I guess we can put her in the reformed pile because, hey, she didn't really cause too much trouble besides turning Equestria roads into gold and all that stuff. It was just pretty bad. Okay, next up we have is Opaline. Oh god, we got a villain from the G5 MLP.
I heard about the G5s, and if I remember correctly, her and my other counterpart, she they were the first ever alicorns.
Yeah, she pretty much wanted the power all to herself.
Yeah, and I heard she also had a minion.
Yeah, who can forget about her? But she did end up reformed. Her minion did end up getting reformed and becoming a member of the new main six over there.
Yeah, I heard.
Anyway, what do you think about Opaline?
Well, I think she definitely is pure evil.
Yep, whoops, I did not mean to put King Sombra over there. Sorry, guys. I did not mean to put King Sombra over there. Anyway, Opaline definitely is going in the pure evil category. Okay. Anyway, next up we have is Bab Seeds. Bab Seeds. Tell you the truth, guys, I did actually think that Bab Seeds was kind of a villain. Because if you think about it, she did kind of cause trouble for the Cutie Mark Crusaders, despite the fact that she was Applejack's cousin. I mean, she definitely ran out. I mean, she definitely ran with the bad crowd. All thanks to Silver Spoon and Diamond Tiara. Thanks a lot, ladies. But she didn't really cause too much trouble, so I'm gonna put her in the not so bad category.
That makes sense. Applejack told me about what happened.
Anyway, next up we have is Pinkamena, the creepypasta version of Pinkie Pie.
Wow, how many creepypastas MLP characters are there?
Well, we only saw 2 so far, so yeah. Anyway, Pinkamena, if I remember correctly, her story was she did a lot of killing, and she I don't know. I'm guessing this is what happens when Pinkie Pie didn't see the rainbow that Rainbow Dash created. She just stayed her miserable self working on the rock farm, I guess. But anyway, Pinkamena, I guess maybe she can go in the well, there were 2 versions of her. There's one version where she's just Pinkie Pie and she just really didn't give a crap about some things because, you know, she didn't really see any light in her life because of that rain boom thing that didn't happen. And there's the creepypasta version of her. There's the creepypasta version of her. But the creepypasta version is pretty bad. But anyway, I'm guessing maybe we could put her in the not so bad category because if you do think about it, she didn't really do much. I mean, she is just a creepypasta story, and I haven't exactly seen or heard the story about her, but I'll see what I can find. I'll let you guys know if Pinkamena does count as, you know, being a villain. I'll let you guys know. Anyway, next up is Flutterbat. Next up is Flutterbat, the bat pony version of Fluttershy. I'm not gonna lie, guys. Ever since Fluttershy turned into Flutterbat, it definitely spiked a new breed of pony in the MLP community.
Yeah, it did. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I can't go online and search up OCs without running into a bat pony.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. She definitely spiked something after when she turned into Flutterbat. I'm not gonna lie. But anyway, I think she can definitely go in the reformed pile because she did end up turning back to normal after when she calmed down. After when she calmed down and had her fill of apples. It did happen only at night.
Yeah, it did. Although we have convinced her into going into bat pony form every time we need some help at night. She's just trying to get control of it.
Yeah, I feel her on that. I mean, don't get me wrong. She definitely has been trying to get control over her bat pony side. Alright, anyway, next up we have is Cozy Glow.
Cozy Glow can most definitely go on the pure evil side. I mean, seriously, we gave that little filly everything that she had. We gave her everything, only to have her backstab us.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. Ugh. And she ended up getting banned, and she ended up getting banished to Tartarus, where she met Tirek. Oh, God. Ugh. Anyway, that little filly, I don't know what's up with her. I mean, she kind of reminds me of Baby Doll from Batman. A little adult trapped in a little filly's body. Uh, it was just crazy. It was pretty crazy. Anyway, moving swiftly on. Next up we have is another duo. Okay, so next up we have is Diamond Tiara and Silver Spoon. Well, I'm not gonna lie, guys. They've been bullies to the Cutie Mark Crusaders for a long, long time. And calling them blank flanks. I mean, seriously? I mean, hey, they were little fillies. And just because you guys got your cutie marks before anyone else in your class, that doesn't mean you gotta bully them.
Yeah, that's true. But after when they did get their cutie marks, she found new respect for them.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I really was happy that the Cutie Mark Crusaders actually did reform them. They reformed them.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, I did hear about that. Cause after when Diamond Tiara's mom came to the school and started messing with everybody, she stood up for the Cutie Mark Crusaders. Actually, that was pretty wild.
Yeah, that was pretty wild. I'm pretty sure that shocked everybody how the meanest and richest ponies in their class defended them. That was pretty nuts.
Yeah, it was.
So they can definitely go in the reformed pile. I mean, guys, we can all agree that they do deserve to be in the reformed pile. Anyway, next up we have is Juniper. Oh man, Juniper. If I remember correctly, that she was the daughter of the director that the EGs were touring. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah, I heard about what happened. She got upset because she didn't get the role of Daring Do and stole the artifact props. And she stole the artifact props off the movie set that they needed, right?
Yeah, and then she cursed the EGs. She really, really wanted to be a star. She really, really wanted to be a star. Because they got her in trouble, she was now a popcorn girl over at the movie theater.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, and then after getting Yeah, but then after a little magic boost thanks to a magic mirror, she started thinking about herself. She started thinking about herself. What would her life be like if she was a movie star? If she was a movie star. And thanks to that magic mirror, she managed to suck all of the EGs inside that magic mirror, trapping them in a white void.
Once again, another white void. Wow. The EGs have more adventures than us, in a way.
Yeah, if you think about it. But one person actually stopped her.
Really? Who?
Starlight.
Starlight? So is that why she was missing that one time? I was wondering where she was.
Yep, she went to the EG universe with Sunset. And it was her first time there. So it took her a while to get used to walking on two legs as well.
That was pretty interesting. We ought to go back and see the EGs every once in a while.
Including me. I haven't seen the EGs in I don't know how long. And I heard that they graduated from Canterlot High, and they gone on to be successful.
Well, I'm glad that they did.
Yeah. But anyway, Juniper, I think she definitely deserves in the not so bad category, because if you do think about it, she really didn't do much harm. She didn't do really much, but she didn't really cause too much trouble to the point where it's a really bad thing. But anyway, next up we have is Post Crush.
Post Crush. I remember Sunset and EG Pinkie Pie telling me about them.
Yeah, things were definitely pretty crazy between them. And they were trying to figure out and the EGs were trying to figure out what the heck was going on. Because Pinkie Pie kept messing up Sunset's chances of seeing Post Crush. However, things keep getting reversed and reversed and reversed and reversed.
Oh yeah, I remember, 'cause Sunset wrote to me about that. I told her that there was a magic artifact. I told her there was a magic artifact called the time clock, where it can reverse time.
Yeah, and Post Crush got a hold of it. The reason why they kept rewinding time was so that way is because, well, every time they always performed, something always messed up. So they just kept rewinding time, not knowing what the heck was going on.
Well, yeah. But at the end, they didn't really mean any harm. They just wanted to stay together.
Yeah, that's true. They didn't really mean any harm or anything. But they still did count as villains, so we're gonna put them in the not so bad category.
All right, that makes sense.
Okay, next up is Gloriosa. Oh man. Okay, next up we have is Gloriosa. If I remember correctly, Gloriosa, she was the camp counselor over in Camp Everfree, and there were many stories about Camp Everfree where this creature called the Everfree was terrorizing that place.
Yeah, I heard stories about that. In fact, that's where the EGs got their geodes, right?
Yep, that's right. And it turns out Gloriosa, she had them all. And once the EGs got a hold of them, they managed to get their powers. They managed to get their powers and a new transformation too. It was pretty awesome, I'm not gonna lie. But she did reform because all she wanted was just to save her camp. She didn't really mean to hurt anybody, so I'm gonna put her in the reformed pile. Okay, next up we have is Miss Coco Pamel.
Coco Pamel. I believe Rarity told me about her. She stole her ideas.
Yeah, she stole her ideas. Yeah, she stole her ideas. So she didn't really mean any harm towards Rarity. And Rarity, she did actually help her out and everything. And she ended up giving her the rainbow spool of thread, one of the one artifacts that was really necessary for all of you. That gave you the keys. That gave you the key to the rainbow chest.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. Who would have thought that all those artifacts that we got were all part of that?
Yeah, who would have thought about that? how ordinary junk how ordinary junk turned into all those keys.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting.
Yeah. It was pretty great. Anyway, moving on. So what did you think about her?
Well, she didn't really cause too much harm, so I guess we'll put her in the not so bad category.
Alright, next up we have is Lightning Dust. Another one of Rainbow Dash's rivals. Oh boy, okay. Well, I'm not gonna lie, she did kind of cause trouble for Rainbow Dash, because she was steering Scootaloo in the wrong path, and when she tried out for the And when she tried out for the Wonderbolts, things definitely got hectic between both her and Rainbow Dash. So I'm guessing we could put her in the not so bad category.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, next up we have is, oh boy, another version of Rarity. We got Nightmare Rarity.
Nightmare Rarity. Well, I have heard that she was a villain, but only in the comics.
Yeah, if you guys didn't know already, Nightmare Rarity, she was a villain that was in the comics. She was a villain that was in the comics of MLP. And she was definitely something. If you ask me, she and Nightmare Moon would definitely be on will be on equal levels. So, yeah, I think we could put her in the whoops, I did not mean to do that. I think we could put her in the pure evil category. And obviously we gotta put Nightmare Moon in the pure evil category because if you think about it, things definitely got pretty crazy. Things definitely got pretty crazy when she was released. It was pretty crazy. And it's so crazy that it caused Princess Celestia to banish her own sister to the moon. Like, that must have been heartbreaking for Princess Celestia. I mean, think about it. Her own sister. Her own sister. That must have been bad. And it was all because of jealousy.
Yeah, oh yeah. Everybody in Equestria knows the story about the two sisters. There was Princess Celestia and Princess Luna. Princess Luna was jealous of Princess Celestia because not everybody appreciated the nighttime how everybody appreciated the daytime. So, out of jealousy, she yelled at Celestia and she ended up turning into Nightmare Moon. Only so that way she can turn everything into night so everybody can appreciate it. However, Celestia, she banished her to the moon thanks to the elements of harmony.
Yeah, and then many years later she returned only to be reformed and turned back into Princess Luna.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. And ever since then, she's been learning how to be good ever since.
Yeah, I'll never forget about that. Anyway, next up we have is the Crystal Prep Girls. Oh man, the Crystal Prep Girls. In fact, Crystal Prep itself. I mean, don't get me wrong, guys. The Crystal Prep Girls didn't really do much. I mean, they did pressure EG Twilight or Psy Twi. They did pressure Psy Twi into releasing the magic. They did pressure her. However, they did end up becoming friends after performing the dance magic thing. They did pretty well, not gonna lie. So I'm definitely gonna put them in the reform pile. Anyway, next up we have is the evilest one of all, Queen Chrysalis, the Queen of the Changelings.
Oh man, who can forget about her?
Yeah, there are lots of things going on with that creature. I mean, think about it. She pretty much shapeshifted into Cadence. She shapeshifted into Cadence so she can suck out all of his love for Cadence. It was pretty bad. It was really, really bad.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Not only that, she created the bad six, the mean six. She created them.
Yeah, I'll never forget about that. She created the Mean Six. It was pretty bad and everything. And not only that, she teamed up with Tirek and Cozy Glow to take down you guys.
Yeah, she did cause a lot of trouble.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. And not only that, she actually caused troubles when Thorax was around. And I'm not gonna lie, when Starlight tried to show her that sharing love would most definitely make changelings be better and more powerful together, she literally slapped her hoof and just ran away.
Yeah, I guess she didn't really want to end up all nice, just like all those other ones, like all her ex-changeling followers.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. So, what do you think?
Well, the fact that she did cause a lot of trouble for us, and not only that, she teamed up with the two most craziest villains, I'm thinking she definitely deserves to be in the pure evil section.
Yep, she definitely deserves to be in the pure evil section. Alright, guys. Well, that's it. That's it, guys. That's all of the villains here. That's all of them. So, let's review. We got the reformed villains here. We got the Pony of Shadows. We got sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. We got Starlight. We got Wallflower. We got Midnight Sparkle. Discord. Sunset Shimmer. The Dazzlings. Trixie. Tempest. Rarity, Flutter Bat, Silver Spoon and Diamond Tiara, Gloriosa, and the Crystal Prep Girls. And we got the not so bad villains. We have Maniac, the Flim Flam Brothers, Grogar, Daybreaker, Glinda, Vinaigrette, Bab Seeds, Pinkamena, Juniper, Post Crush, Coco, and Lightning Dust. And finally, the pure evil category, we got T-Rex, the Storm King, King Sombra, Opaline, Cozy Glow, Little Miss Rarity, Nightmare Rarity, Nightmare Moon, and Queen Chrysalis. So, there we go, guys. That's the tier list of the MLP villains. So, guys, if you guys enjoyed this tier list, please leave a like and comment down below your opinions on what do you guys think, or do you think I should switch up some things? Anyway, Twilight, I'd like to thank you so much for coming by and helping me out with this.
It's no problem.
Okay, anyway, if you guys are not already subscribed to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell, so that way you guys will be up to date whenever I post. And if you guys want to see a video where I go visit the EGs after so long, let me know in the comments, because I'm pretty sure all you guys are really curious to know how the EGs are doing. Because I know a lot of you guys are really curious about what was going on with them, because they haven't been on the channel for so long. But anyway, this is Flame the Dragon Hog.
And Queen Twilight Sparkle.
Using the Queen title, huh?
Yeah, I might as well.
Okay, anyway, this is Flame the Dragon Hog.
And Queen Twilight Sparkle.
Signing out for now. Later, flamethrowers.